Have you ever trusted someone so much that you couldn't imagine life without them, only to realize that the same person was the one destroying you behind your back? If you think you've seen Betrayal, wait till you hear what happened between Amara and Nnenna, two women who called each other sisters. Their story began with laughter, love, and friendship so deep that even the elders admired them. But what started with smiles ended with screams that shook the entire village. Now listen closely, my friend, and ask yourself, how far can jealousy go before it becomes a curse? In the small sunlit village of Immerse, where every rooster's crow began the day, two women stood out like twin flames of beauty and grace, Amara and Nnenna. They were inseparable since childhood. Amara, the confident one with bright eyes and a laugh that could melt tension, and Nnenna, the quiet dreamer who spoke gently but carried wisdom beyond her years. Their friendship was the talk of the market, the envy of maidens, and the pride of mothers. Amara sold colorful fabrics and beads. Nnenna, the skilled basket weaver, often sat beside her, singing softly as they worked side by side. They shared everything: secrets, dreams, and even tears. Then came Obinna, a handsome young carpenter whose chisels shaped not just wood, but destinies. When he met Nnenna, he saw not just beauty but peace. And soon, their love story bloomed like cassava flowers after the rain. Amara danced at their wedding, smiling from ear to ear. Yet, hidden behind her joy was something darker, a flicker of envy that only she could feel. At first, it was harmless, a thought that Amara brushed aside whenever it came. But every time she saw Nnenna and Obinna walking together, laughing freely, her heart tightened. One day at the market, an older woman said with a grin, "If you had married Obinna, both of you would have been perfect together." That single statement, like a poisonous thorn, pierced Amara's soul. From that moment, her smile toward Nnenna began to fade. She noticed every compliment Nnenna received, every good word about her husband's hard work, every time Obinna held her hand in public. And slowly, jealousy found a home in her heart, quiet, invisible, but growing like weeds in secret soil. Started as a thought, then a whisper, and finally a dangerous decision. One moonlit night, Amara visited Mama Ozioma, the gossiping trader whose mouth never rested. Pretending to be burdened, she said softly, "I don't know if I should tell you this, but I saw Nnenna with another man by the stream last night, and they weren't just talking." Mama Ozioma gasped, eyes wide like saucers. "En, are you sure of what you're saying?" Amara feigned hesitation. "I wish I wasn't. Obinna doesn't deserve that pain." By the next sunrise, her lie had spread like wildfire. By the time Obinna came home from work, whispers had already reached his ears. When he confronted Nnenna, confusion clouded her face. "What are you saying, Obinna? You know me. I will never betray you." But the seed was already planted, and trust, once shaken, rarely stands firm again. Days turned into weeks, and the once peaceful home turned cold. Obinna avoided Nnenna's eyes. He came home late, ate little, and spoke less. Nnenna prayed every night, crying into her pillow, wondering who could have started the rumor that was tearing her life apart. Meanwhile, Amara watched from a distance, torn between guilt and satisfaction. Every argument between the couple made her heart flutter strangely. When she saw Obinna walking alone one evening, she approached gently. "Obinna, don't let this destroy you," she said softly. "Sometimes, the people we love hurt us the most." Her words, laced with venom, disguised as comfort, only deepened the wound. Nnenna could no longer bear it. Her reputation was in ruins, her husband distant, and her heart heavy with despair. She decided to leave. Packing her small bag, she walked out into the cold rain one night. The villagers watched silently, their eyes filled with pity and gossip. As she left, she whispered to herself, "God, if I am guilty, let me never find peace. But if I am innocent, let the truth find light, even if it takes blood. The wind howled through the night as she disappeared into the darkness beyond the village path. A week later, the entire village buzzed again. Not with gossip this time, but with fear. A traveling trader confessed that Amara had paid him to act as Nnenna's secret lover, hoping someone would see them together by the stream. The man claimed guilt had haunted him since, and his conscience could no longer let him sleep. When Obinna heard this, he froze, disbelief turning into rage. He ran through the village, searching for Amara. He found her near the marketplace, selling her fabrics as though nothing had happened. "Amara," his voice thundered, "tell me it's a lie. Tell me you didn't destroy my home for your jealousy." The market fell silent. Amara's lips trembled, eyes darting like trapped birds. "Obinna, please, I didn't mean," but her words never finished. The truth had already done its work. From that day, Amara became an outcast. No one trusted her. Women refused to sit beside her in church. Children mocked her behind closed doors. Her once beautiful stall at the market stood empty. She had destroyed a family, and in doing so, destroyed herself. At night, she would hear Nnenna's voice in her dreams, echoing through the rain. "If I am innocent, let the truth find light, even if it takes blood." Haunted by guilt, Amara became a shadow of her former self. Her laughter was gone. Her eyes, once bright and proud, now reflected only sorrow. Months later, on a quiet Sunday morning, a figure appeared on the village road. It was Nnenna, thinner, quieter, but glowing with strange calm. She had been living with her aunt in a faraway town, recovering from heartbreak and shame. When Obinna saw her, tears filled his eyes. He fell to his knees. "Nnenna, I wronged you. I let lies blind me. I let another destroy what we built." She looked at him with sadness but not anger. "The truth always returns, Obinna. It only waits for the right time." And in that moment, something shifted. Not forgiveness, not yet, but understanding. In the weeks that followed, Nnenna stayed with her aunt while Obinna tried to make amends. He rebuilt their old home with his bare hands, plank by plank, as if rebuilding his soul. Amara, unable to bear the shame, left the village in silence. No one saw her again. Some said she moved to a distant town. Others whispered she lost her mind wandering the forest. But for Nnenna and Obinna, healing came slowly, like dawn after a long storm. One evening, standing before the rebuilt house, Nnenna said softly, "Maybe forgiveness isn't about forgetting. Maybe it's about letting go, so the pain doesn't become a part of who we are." Obinna nodded, eyes glistening. "And maybe love isn't perfect, but it's worth fighting for when it's true." Years later, when children in Immerse asked their mothers why truth mattered, they were told this story. They learned that a single lie can destroy what 1,000 truths could not fix. They learned that envy wears the face of friendship until it bites. And they learned that silence, too, can be a weapon when good people choose not to speak. In the evenings, as the sun dipped below the hills, the villagers would hear Obinna and Nnenna laughing softly by the river again, older, wiser, and healed. And sometimes, if you listened closely to the wind, you could almost hear Amara's whisper, "If only I had loved what was mine, instead of envying what was not." One lie can destroy 1,000 truths, and jealousy, once spoken, can never be taken back. One rumor can tear apart what love has built for years. If you were Nnenna, what do you think, my friend? Could you ever forgive someone like Amara? Would you forgive Obinna? Or would you walk away forever? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget, every story carries a lesson. Moral of the story: guard your heart from jealousy. It whispers sweetly but kills slowly. Guard your tongue, words can build or burn. Think before you speak. Subscribe for more African tales of love, betrayal, and redemption.